Okay, so this one is for all of you parents of teenagers. Do you remember when your kids were younger? It just seemed somehow easier to get to know all the other parents. And it was like people at school were there to help you more. Like they were counselors or parent coaches, or it just was normal to talk to people about what was going on a little bit more. And while, yes, parenthood can be lonely from day one, there's something very particular about the kind of loneliness that happens when our children become teenagers. And I am here to let you know that it does not need to look that way. So today I'm going to give you a couple of ways to make sure that you take that loneliness down if you're feeling it. So, number one, here's one of the things that happens is our kids are growing up. And they're starting to inhabit their world. Their peers are becoming really important. They're very susceptible to societal pressures, whether that's coming from TikTok or Instagram or their best friend or whatever else. And it just can feel like they're a little bit less connected to us. They're reaching out into the world. They're not in our nest anymore in the same way. And that can feel a little bit lonely, a little bit scary. Like, have I prepared them? Am I ready for this? And so all of those feelings can come up. And I just want to say that's normal. And I also want to let you know you don't have to go through this alone because there are very specific things you can do to really know that you have prepared your kids and very specific shifts you can make as a parent to know that you are still able to stay in their life and connected to them even as they are reaching out. So that's one piece of this. Another piece of this is that sometimes it can feel a little bit confusing what's happening in our homes. And maybe we're not always wanting to share it with other people. Little kids, little problems, big kids, big problems. And sometimes it just feels like, I don't know, maybe no one else is going through this. I don't know, this is so personal. Maybe I can't talk about this. This is really about my kid. Like it's their life now. And all of a sudden, we can find ourselves kind of enclosed in our home, not knowing quite how to help our kid and feeling unable to reach out for support. So it doesn't have to look that way, right? This is why I gather groups of parents together who can all come together and support each other deeply through the teenage years so that you get just as much support when your kids are older as you might have gotten when they were younger. And you can actually really benefit from it and still help your child rise and be prepared for all the things that they're dealing with. Because while they are moving away, they desperately need you. Think about it like a seesaw. They're moving closer and closer to the edge of their seesaw. If you get up and leave, what happens? They need you. They need you to stay and root down on your side so that you are holding them. You are still connected. There's just a little bit more space. And it's so important to know how to hold that space, but also have people there holding your back so you don't fall off. A third thing that can happen is that we realize how disconnected we've become from ourselves. We realize, gosh, I've poured so much into this kid or these kids, and now they're like, quote unquote, leaving. And who am I? Where am I? I don't even know who I am anymore. I don't even know what I like. My body feels like it's breaking down. Maybe I'm going through menopause. I'm so confused. I feel like a stranger in my own heart, soul, mind, body. Help. What happened? What has this fever dream of the last 15 years been? So I want you to know that these years while your kids are teens are an incredibly exciting time for you to deeply reconnect with yourself. And that's why when we do our 3-month teen course, we don't only deal with the kids. We also support you to reconnect with your own self, rediscover who you are, because that is actually one of the greatest gifts you can give to your teen as well. And it will help you over the course of your own life. So, my friends, if you are a parent of a teen and you're feeling a little lonely for any of those reasons or any others, I want you to know that we have a 3-month course that we do for parents of teens, where we take you through everything from substances and peer pressure and life skills and executive function and mental health and physical health for our kids, and how to help connect them to hobbies and passions that will be protective of them, and all sorts of other things, as well as taking care of you, making sure you know how deeply unalone you are, reconnecting you to a community that can help support you during these years, and reconnecting you to your own self, helping to make you strong and healthy of spirit, of mind, of body, so you can do this incredible job of parenting teenagers, which, parenting toddlers was hard, and parenting teenagers, that's for badasses. All right, my friends, if this calls out to you, call out to me. I'm right here.